I'm going to explain to you why 95% of arguments are fake, and you should probably not argue in just day-to-day life. I don't really argue. I don't. I'm going to argue with you that I don't argue ever, really. It's very rare that I will ever be pulled into an argument, and there's one reason for that. And that's because I think the overwhelming majority of arguments are fake. And what do I mean by that? Well, an argument, think about it in terms of a game, right? So when you're talking to somebody and when you're going back and forth, you're playing a game. And the idea of the game is to win, right? And not win in like an ego way, but win as in you have a better idea than the other person. So here we have two people, right? You have the guy on the left, footballer, Haaland. I've been compared to this guy before. Fair enough. We look pretty similar. He's a cool guy. I don't mind being compared to him. But he's probably one of the better footballers in the world right now. And on the right, we have Magnus Carlsen. And this guy is generally regarded as one of the best chess players in the world. Now, most people acknowledge these two people are at the absolute top of their game. All right, you can't really argue that you can get very much better than either of these people. But would we have a fair comparison if they both played football? If you went ahead and made Haaland play football against Magnus, that wouldn't make sense. The same way that if you took Haaland and he played chess against Magnus, that wouldn't make sense either. Now, something even stupider would be if you took both of these people and you made them play basketball. Neither of these people are professional basketball players. Arguments are almost always, and I mean almost always, in 95% of cases, the same thing. You're playing different games, okay? You may think an argument is a matter of getting another person to agree with you, or beating a person with your better ideas, or something like that. But the thing is, almost always, and if you go and pay attention to this, actually watch people argue at work, in your family, and see if they're talking about the same thing. Because most of their time, they're not. Most people in most arguments are not talking about the same thing. They're kind of speaking through each other. They think they're talking about the same thing. If you press either one of them on, hey guys, I don't think you're talking about the same thing here. You're not playing the same game. He's playing chess. You're playing football. Both of them will go, no. The other guy just simply doesn't understand my argument because he's stupid, or because, he's ego-driven, or everyone's ego-driven, right? Fair enough. But because he's stupid. No, the reason you're having the argument in the first place is because you're not even in the same ballpark. You're not talking about the same shit. You're not playing the same game. So I've always kind of been cognizant to this. And this is the majority reason that I never get into arguments, because you can very quickly, when you get roped into an argument, sit there and realize, oh, we're not talking about the same thing. You are insistent that the sky is blue when I'm insistent that the grass is green. And the thing about that is, yes, but we're not fighting against each other here. They're not the same thing. The sky can be blue at the same time the grass is green. All right? We're talking about different things. Always be cognizant to this. Now, fun fact about me, I did PPE at university. I studied politics, philosophy, economics. I'm going to be honest, it was the biggest load of horse shit on the planet. I wasted like 50 grand going to university. Whatever, I learned a thing or two. One of the things I learned is this guy, Wittgenstein is a philosopher, and I'm not going to bore you with any philosophy here, but if you want to learn more about this, Wittgenstein has he's kind of like an anti-philosopher in a way, where he realizes that a lot of philosophy is horse shit, and his idea was to turn philosophy into like, I'm going to release 1 or 2 books, and that's just going to be the end of philosophy. That was kind of his intention. And his point, his idea are called language games, right? That's what he understands, the same topic that I'm talking about here, language games. Most people are playing language games where one game is chess, one game is poker, another person comes in and tries to have a 3-way argument, and the other person's arguing for, like, wing gliding. So you have a person playing a language game of chess, another player playing a language game of poker, and the third person doing, hang gliding. People don't talk about the same stuff. Everybody talks through each other, and that's really the source of the vast majority of arguments, that you're just not talking about the same crap. Go and understand Wittgenstein's ideas if you want to learn more. Don't get roped into horseshit arguments. Fun fact, most arguments are horseshit. So really, you can go ahead and avoid 95% of arguments. And the thing is, those 5% remaining arguments are going to be the important ones that you can save your sanity for, because you're going to have to argue at some point. But what you need to do is you need to be fully cognizant of the fact that 95% of arguments are horseshit. Have a great day. See ya.